How are you guys doing today? My name is Apple Crider, and I run a social media management agency that brings in a full-time income for me as a college student. And in this episode of my YouTube channel, what I want to share with you guys is the top 5 ways to make an extra $200 per day as a broke college student. I know for a lot of people, making money online is something that seems like a big challenge, but personally, I've been making money online since I got my first iPod Touch back in about, I don't know, that was probably about the 6th grade when I saved up enough money working on the side to buy myself an iPod Touch, and I got hooked on the idea of making money online really as soon as I took my first online survey through something like Swagbucks. There's all of these ways to make money online, but we're going to get into those in just a second and why surveys are not the way you should go. But without further ado, let's hop right into the presentation and get into it. Again, if you guys stick around till the end, we're going to do a bit of a Q&A as well. So if you guys have any questions you want to ask me, definitely stick around till the end for those. Without further ado, here we go. All right, so the top 5 ways to make an extra $200 per day as a broke college student. We're also streaming on Instagram as well. Don't want to forget about you guys. And I'll be coming over there to answer questions at the end as well. So first of all, what people are going to tell you when it comes to making money online as a broke college student, the number one ways that people are going to point you, and you'll see people doing this on YouTube all the time. The first one is online surveys. Obviously, everybody will point you toward an online survey, something like Swagbucks. I don't even know the other ones. That's the only one that ever comes to mind for me because that's what I used to do in 6th grade to make an extra, I don't know, 20 bucks a week here and there. But that is definitely not what you should be doing. Starting a Shopify store, we're going to cover why that's not really the way you should go. Amazon FBA and creating a course. So these are the things that people will tell you, like, if you want to make some money online, these are the things that you should do. In this context, the answer is no. Just because with online surveys, you're going to be making pennies you might make at most like $10 an hour, which is just not what you want to be making. If you're going to make $200 a day, you got to work 20 hours a day in order to make it on online surveys. Not what you want to be doing with your time. Starting a Shopify store. If you're trying to make $200 today, a Shopify store is not the way to go. It's going to take longer than a day to get there. And these methods, we're talking about getting there today and actually starting today. Same with Amazon FBA. Okay, you're not going to get your first shipment today. You're not going to sell your first product today. You're not going to make $200 today with Amazon FBA. That's just not going to happen. That's not realistic at all. Creating a course, maybe if you have all the content in your head, but then even selling the course, it's going to take longer than a day. If you're going to put something together that's actually going to sell for a decent price, it's actually going to provide value to people. So these are not the things that you want to be doing with your time to make an extra $200 per day. Now, let's just get some credibility here. Do I actually know what I'm talking about? So these numbers are actually a little bit outdated. I made this presentation a little while ago. So that 2,500 should be more like 3,500. Those 250s, probably 250 is about correct, maybe closer to 500, but all in all, making about between $3,000 and $4,000 a month online, and I've been doing that pretty consistently for the last couple months. I've got one part-time employee, and I'm a full-time college student, so this isn't something that I'm doing full-time. This is something that I'm sort of doing on the side in addition to school, and it's bringing in some serious income for me, so I feel like I have the authority to sort of speak on this subject since I am somebody who is making, in my view, a significant amount of money online. Even though I am at a young age, I see that a lot of times people say, like, who are you to be talking about this stuff? You're 19 years old. What do you know? And I just wanted to present this to show that I at least think I know a little bit about what I'm talking about. So the first method for you to make an extra $200 per day online as a broke college student is if I had to do this, the first thing I would do is flip stuff online, okay? So if you've heard of Gary Vee at all, he's very into the flip culture, okay? So basically flipping, if you're not familiar, it's buying something at a lower price, selling it for a higher price, and profiting the difference, okay? So first thing you want to do if you want to start flipping stuff online, you have to pick a niche, okay? A lot of people will go out there and they'll just say, okay, I'm going to buy the cheapest thing that I can find and sell it for as much money as possible. Now, that's not what you want to do because you want to pick a niche that you actually do some research within and you actually figure out, like, okay, what does the market look like for this niche? Who are the buyers? Who are the sellers? Where can I get stuff at a deal? Where can I sell stuff at a premium? Like, who are the parties that you want to be negotiating with, okay? So a couple examples of niches. If you're not familiar with what the word niche means, it's basically just like a specific target market. So you could pick shoes, you could pick jackets, you could pick, I don't know, toasters, novelty items, all of these. You just pick a category and learn as much as you can about that category. Do like a couple hours of market research and then just like go to, if it's the weekend, go to some garage sales, go to a thrift store, just find places where you can get stuff at a discount. Another great place to get stuff at a discount is items listed on eBay that are listed terribly, okay? And there's plenty of ways for you to find these items that have very bad listings that people can't find if they're searching for this product. So if you can find these bad listings, buy them for cheap, and then make an actual decent listing and sell them for more to the actual market, That's a great way to go as well. And again, a couple ideas for this. Local thrift store. Facebook Marketplace is a great way to go as well. There's so many things that are selling on Facebook, and a lot of people don't even realize that Facebook has a marketplace. So the supply and demand can be a little bit off there. If somebody's selling something that they're not sure how much it's worth, and the buyers aren't actually on Facebook to find the thing, that can be a great way to go as well. Poshmark, eBay, plenty of websites. There's this app that I used to use. Can't remember what it's called, but there's plenty of ways for you to find stuff to buy for cheap and sell it for more. That's the first thing that I would do. Number two, the second method to make an extra $200 per day online is to do delivery driving. So I actually did this for a long time. I made a couple of videos on my time as a delivery driver. And basically what I did is I worked for this company called Postmates. I was an independent contractor for them. Essentially what that meant is I used my car. I just downloaded their app, and their app, I could flip a switch on their app whenever I wanted. There were no scheduled hours. There was nothing. You could do it whenever you wanted, essentially. So you downloaded the app, you swiped it on. It would say, okay, drive to this restaurant, pick up this food, bring it to this house, and we will pay you X number of dollars for it, okay? And then you also get a tip from the customer. So this was a great way to make money. At one point, I was making, some days I would make upwards of $30 an hour doing this, which is pretty nice, and that was even factoring in like gas and insurance. So this can be a very profitable way to go. This was a couple of years ago though, so I'm not really sure how the market is looking right now as far as supply and demand goes of these drivers. I know when I was doing it, the supply was a lot lower than the demand, but maybe that's changed now. I'm not really sure. I haven't done this in a couple of years, just because I don't have a car right now, so it's not very practical. You can also do this by bike. I used to do a couple of deliveries a week by bike, just to, if it was the summer, to just get out there and get on my bike. But really what I did is I actually signed up for a couple apps, and I would have all of the apps on at the same time, so I could really pick and choose which ones I wanted to do, which ones were going to make me the most money in the shortest amount of time. So if you want to really go down the optimization route, there's plenty of ways that you can do this very, very effectively. But for the average person, it should only take you about 8 to 10 hours in order to make $200, and that is factoring in things like gas and insurance, because those are factors that you have to consider when you are driving your own car. There's all of these things, and depreciation, so you have to factor in all of these costs as well. But you can easily, at least when I did this, you could easily make $20 to $30 an hour, very, very consistently doing delivery driving. And you can also get caught up on all your podcasts at the same time. So for me, a big advantage of delivery driving was not only that I got to basically work whenever I wanted and drive wherever I wanted, but I got to learn my city a lot better, and I got to listen to whatever music, whatever podcast I wanted to all day. So it was just a really nice gig, and I really, really enjoyed doing that. I might actually go back and do that. I think I still have the app on my phone that I can just flip on whenever I want to. So who knows, might do some of that this summer. Anyone's guess. Number three is creating Instagram posts. Okay, so this is a business and a market that not a lot of people are actually aware of. Okay, so basically what I mean by creating Instagram posts, there are so many accounts on Instagram that are looking for posts to post on their account. Okay, so the statistics, something like 60,000, it was either 40 or 60,000 posts go up on Instagram every single minute. So there's an absurd amount of content on Instagram, and there are big pages with millions, hundreds of thousands of followers that need content for their page because they're so big, they have so much going on, they don't have time to make their own content. Like even me, on the pages that I manage on my own page, I don't make my personal content most of the time, so I outsource that to people. And people who can make good quality Instagram posts, I will pay them a good bit of money for that service. So if you are able to, if you don't even just basic graphic design, like it doesn't even have to be Photoshop, doesn't have to be Illustrator, you can just use canva.com, okay? I make all of when I did make my own Instagram posts, I made them all on canva.com, and they looked really, really nice because, I mean, Canva's a free platform. There's so much you can do with it. So you need some basic design skills, again, really just knowing what looks good and what doesn't look good, but beyond that, it really, you don't need much. And what I would say, if you were going to try to do this is probably my favorite so far. Send 100 DMs, okay? So pitch yourself, not even pitch yourself, but just ask 100 pages if they are looking for content. Because I know when people DM me and ask me if I'm looking for content, I'll always say yes because I just want to get a feel for what the price in the market is. So I'll always say yes, and then I'll always go back and forth with these people a little bit just to figure out what they do and what they're all about. So if you are looking to make a little bit of money online, you have a little bit of graphic design skills, not even required, but I would just DM a bunch of Instagram pages and figure out, what the going rate for posts are in your certain niche, because each niche has a different going rate, depending on what kind of style of post you are going to do. But you could easily, I mean, if you want to charge $4 per post, which is not unreasonable at all, especially if you're making like decent high quality posts for big pages that are actually bringing in money, that's not unreasonable at all. You create 50 of those, probably shouldn't take you more than an hour or two. So you create 50 high quality posts, charge $4 a post, send 100 DMs, and I bet you could find find at least like three to five pages that were all looking for like 10 to 20 posts. I think that's a definitely doable thing that you could literally do today if you sat down and just figured out how to use Canva.com and made a list of like 100, not even made a list, but just like go through who big pages are following and DM those people. And the pages that you want to be looking for generally are niche pages, not like celebrities. You don't want to DM celebrities. They obviously don't want to buy content from you. But like niche pages that are in a certain niche, and personal brands too, not like famous celebrities, but like personal brands who are fairly big and fairly well known in their space. This one is very, very key, and I would highly recommend if you're trying to make an extra couple $100s a day online, especially through Instagram. Like, this is a great way to go, and this business is highly scalable because these people will always be needing content, and if you can lock them down as a client, there's so much income potential to be made from that. Number 4 is to start affiliate marketing. Okay, now this one is a little bit trickier because you do need somewhat of an audience. Okay, if you're gonna make $200 today with affiliate marketing, you do need somewhat of an audience. You can't really build up that entire audience in a day unless you have some serious money to dump into ad spend. But even then, if you're trying to make an extra $200 a day, you probably don't have the money to dump into ad spend to make this realistic. So if you do have an audience at some point, if you have a bit of a personal brand, this is definitely realistic for you. And what I would say here is to first find a relevant offer. Okay, so figure out what your niche is. So like, who are you talking to? What kind of people are your audience? And from there, develop a relevant offer. Okay, so go to a place like, I don't know, ClickFunnels, not ClickFunnels, ClickBank, maybe? I don't know. I don't use affiliate marketing websites, but I think it's called ClickBank. And find an offer that would work well for your audience. It doesn't have to be off ClickBank as well. You can use Amazon Associates. This is actually a really nice affiliate program that I use. Most of my affiliate marketing is done through Amazon Associates. And basically what that is you can promote anything on Amazon, and Amazon will give you a cut of whatever business you send to their website. And that is business not only on the products that you're promoting, but on anything that customer buys and adds to their shopping cart in the next 24 hours, okay? So this is a very valuable way to make some extra affiliate money because people trust Amazon.com. If people go to Amazon.com, they might just end up buying something anyway. I think somebody bought like a blender from my affiliate link one time, and I made an extra like $20 in a day, and I was like, whoa, that was cool. I was just promoting a book, but somebody bought a blender. So you get a small commission, usually about 4 to 10% of the item's purchasing price. Amazon will give you, and that percent depends on what kind of category that item falls into, whether that be like a blender, which is in like kitchenware, or books, or really anything like that. And if you don't want to promote something specific, you can actually promote Audible referrals. And each person that you refer to an Audible free trial, Amazon will actually pay you $5 for that, okay? And that's a really easy sell because all the person has to do is sign up for a free trial of something. They don't pay any money until they forget to cancel their subscription. So you might want to remind people to cancel their subscriptions so they don't get mad at you. But that's a free way for you to make some affiliate commissions, just getting people to sign up for a free demo of Audible. So that's really nice. And honestly, when you do all this stuff, you just got to remember to promote it and not to sell it. So just make people aware of it, but don't like shove it down their throats and be like, you need to do this, you need to buy this, you need to whatever. Just make them aware of the offer, but don't shove it down their throats because nobody likes that. Now, the last method number 5, this is my personal favorite, and this is what I do personally to make usually over $200 a day online, is to start a social media management or social media marketing agency, okay? This is my business. This is what I do. This is what I've been growing for the last couple months now. And if you want to get started with this too, first off, I've got a free training for you in the description below that you can sign up for and go through for free. It's about an hour-long free video training. But what you want to do here, just the basics, you want to pick a niche. Okay, so you want to pick. I want to work with. If you're doing a marketing agency, you're working with businesses. So you could say, I want to work with gyms. I want to work with chiropractors. I want to work with whoever. So you pick a niche, pick a location, and just start reaching out to people in that niche. Okay, so do some market research, figure out who the big players are in that niche, who is doing a good job with social media, who is not. Find the people who are not and start hitting them up, reaching out to them, providing them with value. What I like to do is either send a video pitch or send some kind of free content so that you just stand out from the crowd, because chances are they're getting hit up by dozens of people who are trying to sell them something. So don't be a person that's trying to sell them something. Be a person that's giving them value and reaching out with value. But like with this, honestly, all you would have to do, send out 20, I would say between 20 and 50 pieces of content, video pitches. These don't have to be very long at all. They could be 5. They should honestly be 3 to 5 minutes. So recording all of those should take you maybe around 2 hours. And from that, I mean, if you can lock down 200, if you could lock down 20 clients, that's pretty aggressive. That's pretty optimistic. But if you were charging them $100 a week, you would make $200 today And then, what am I talking about? You would have to lock down, you would send 20 video pitches. You would get 2 clients, which is not super aggressive. I don't know why I was thinking 20. But yeah, you would get a 10% conversion rate, and then you would be making $200 not just today, but every single week going forward. So that's a great way to make some recurring income. The rest of these were sort of, you get paid for your time. This one, you get paid for the effort that you put in, but it's overtime. Instead of you getting paid by the hour, you're getting paid by the week. So that's much more scalable. And again, free training on that in the description below. And just the barrier to entry, guys, think about this. Think about how easy it is to get started, okay? If you have a smartphone and Wi-Fi and you're willing to think a little bit outside of the box, there is so much potential for you to become successful in this business, to start something online, just to make an extra couple $100s a day online. So many people get caught up in this trap of they think they can't get out of the rut that they're in, but there's just so many opportunities available to you, and you just have to be willing to look at them and find them and think a little bit outside the box, okay? You have to be motivated enough to try things, to just try something new. Stop. If what you're doing right now isn't working, change it up. Like, try something different. Don't just keep doing the same thing over and over and over, expecting a different result, okay? Because it's not going to happen, okay? If you're doing the same thing, you're going to get the same result every single time. You got to be looking for ways to provide value, okay? You can't just be looking at this in terms of like, how do I make $200? How do I do this? How do I do that? No, you have to think about what valuable thing you could be providing to somebody to make them actually want to pay you $200 in the first place, okay? It's not about getting the money. It's about giving something that will warrant you getting the money, okay? And lastly, just keep your eyes open to opportunities. So many people are sitting waiting for something to fall in their lap, and they don't even realize when it comes by because they don't even know what opportunities they're looking for in the first place. They just think something's going to like have a flashing sign that's being like, come here, here's the opportunity, but it's not going to happen that way, okay? You have to keep your eyes open, and you have to think about what you're actually looking for, and instead of just waiting for something to fall in your lap, okay? So just to recap, the 5 things that we covered, the top 5 ways to make an extra $200 per day as a broke college student. First one, flipping stuff online, okay? So finding stuff for cheap, maybe mislisted, maybe on some kind of smaller marketplace that isn't as well known, and selling that for more on a place like eBay that is more of a marketplace. Number 2, delivery driving with an app. I love this one. It's great for listening to podcasts. It's great for getting to know your city. And if you have a car or a bike, I would highly recommend this if you live in a big city. Creating Instagram content, so scalable. You don't even have to leave your house. You just sit on your phone. You just sit on your computer. You make some content. You sell it off. You can even sell the same stuff to multiple people. Don't know how ethical that is, but that's definitely an option that you could do to make that even more scalable. Affiliate marketing via content. So again, you need an audience for this one. But if you have that audience, if you have a captive audience of people in a niche, definitely a good option for you. And lastly, starting a social media management or social media marketing agency from your phone, always a great option, and that's what I do, and I highly advocate for that. If you have any questions on starting an SMMA, definitely hit me up on Instagram, shoot me a DM at AppleCreatorOfficial. I reply to all of those, and I would love to help you get started with your social media management agency. Love helping people out there, and really just helping them get the tools they need to be successful. So if you guys are still hanging around, what we're going to do right now is hop into a bit of Q&A. Otherwise, we will be heading out for the day. So we're just going to come back here for a second, and let's see if you guys have any questions. If not, online surveys are a joke. Completely agree. Can you do this when you're 15? Absolutely. You can do this at any age. How long does it take for a Shopify store to generate revenue? And do you have any series on how to manage or promote Shopify store? So I don't do Shopify myself. I have one store that I'm sort of pseudo doing for a client of mine. But honestly, would not highly recommend Shopify. That's not where I spend most of my time. What's the website? I have problems finding clients for social media management. Okay, hit me up on Instagram, Trending Technology, and I will give you some tips on that. Are you an SMMA for Stenzel? Oh, I do work a bit with Stenzel, Jacob. Yeah, so I've been doing some stuff with Stenzel. He's a pretty cool dude. I hit him up a while ago, and we've been working together a bit. All right, so I think that's it for questions. I'm not sure what's happening with the video here, but it's not looking too good, so we're just going to cut it off while we're ahead. Thank you guys for sticking around very much. Instagram, I'll hop over here in just a second, and we can answer some questions if y'all have any. Otherwise, have a wonderful